to the lads now ahead of us. I think you can get bogged down in conversations about it. So we're just trying to be as free as possible and give everything we have and see where it takes us, you know.
With four teams on 2 points heading into today, it does put a lot of pressure on everyone. And again from last night. So but I think that this evening really will tell us where we are in terms of the table and with one game to go.
Lines Ganzi every shot a head cliff dó immert Intentrat Donagéise Philin Colin Dunford Lorna Park chama dó head cliff imlíana agus Shachan áit Cillian Burke sa lína Lán Cool agus by Lorcan McLaughlin ag immert an áit Daniel Carney sa lína Lorna Parke. Shachas sin an dran céine a bhíach chat caite ná Kilchonne beisi de súla a sponsor sí maithe ríist ó Conor Lehan, Seamus Harnedy agus Alan Cadigan in sna tosathe. Allianz na bliana ráhhuiile sa 7. Agus in is tá ráchan is tríocha.
Tá é mar chuine an sin á Pádraig Mahoney mar.
Món é óg na bliana ráhhuiile sa 5. Ceann an bute Deming Cehalán agus Glanchamacha. Ach in ceann mí Haratíblín is puc slesa. Céine. Emmert Fohaige Júd, Mahainus go Dara Lyons. Dara go roar agus tá Bertson Sála Earth a sí butteige a dro Stephen Bennett. Slua. Hain Risa Henron Stephen Chelevantrin. Stephen Aguirre pass in to Trust on the Park the Pádraig Mahoney shots the Jane will Colinig Pádraig to she Bultig Pádraig to she Cora Harrod no Neil to she Cora even the love with Jane Shelev all to Kevin Moran on Shelev Forza or Derek Cadigan a good sheer. As an Ericsson Bultag's Banichi Shingamahas, which you should have a trust on, thought she shouldn't have a trust on, or score Forza Jenny Corcus on the Fornia Corum.
Share it out. There you go, and the passing of Hurling Gamahar and Tab.
The Horman go Horka. Bultamach, the British Shees, Shella watching Michael Welch. Pascal Rigo, Michael, go Shane Bennett, is tough ball, and Shane is a goal. Neil Ains score, watching Shane to Tragodisha. As Shane, Cora in a heart, egg, Shane Bennett, Gus Nast and Johnson, Kugunoma.
Or Cole Creek, Marafak Lishin, Fecker Shummer, Luher Ainer, Agus Kegarev, Mark Coleman, and Cactus Jacker, Bishop Larger Galore, Bishop Green Galore, Chukshes, Botamach.
So here are Dermot O'Sullivan and Shin.
Carrick Fain.
McGinter go brála termad a gimmert sin Countrymax the watching Luke Mead Luke Caha Gandhi ver Cúideach tá gimmert wad mat na parke so that Bill Cooper is for Bill Colin Brown is Lua van Canchan Bulcha ag Bill agus Willem Darry can score ag Bill Tá score bra watch ag Bill Cooper in chop na Lackery tá Sabranus was party and Chagoni tá Gary Machnish fucking Joe Chanan pass or trust agus the reach couldn't pass at a trust park and Canchan late ag Bill Cooper and Shella Forcherash ag Cork so the Dean Brosnish Dean Augustus na Mole vi Shafoi Vru Township Butcher trust and park Shane 5 to give a Shella all tá Harnedy on Corcusha ag Corka
He looks on being the lawn.
Sean Chansonish Conor Lehan Spanish from the Corn Bishop books here no. Oh, Bulletin Cola. When he was rare, when he was cool tacht. So Cliff is a temple or a wool erupt as Kilchonne and Cola they haven't had as Shin. By team or Conor Lishin, Michael Welch go holding her fought smachty. British she's got Augie fought and Pascal Roy against Shin. Shane Bennett just in a Schlitter or Shane and Thompson. Shane Gobergo Crew and he all rash. Stephen McDonald talked to Machanish. Stephen a pass over off his scoop of Leshin Christopher Joyce. Chuck Tish on the parket. So Harnedy, Fortig Harnedy. Harnedy caught a heart in ish. Tasha 5 rows as he lab local to chin. Achvi. Chan Coole. Then he did rucht. And Tom Chog on end throw. Hara Traston. And Cooley one. Ogal egg Bill Cooper. It's Ochel. He Rocholin entry hig Bill Rivignon with an ishta forest person or on Machen Dubit again. Conor Lehan and his Casa all again Lehan and Chen. Casa just Jachan is to Jessic Lehan or Cholin. Tashishin Bulte Conor Lehan and his Ord score. All Emirates. Hey Conor Lehan.
I don't know, Shin Ord score father Fad. Nora has ban and check Hechod topic is a tashe. Agus Kecho skill is a tashe. Vishanon Elu or Bert Cosentorian Shin. Agus Biogan in Spash a Crohudo Fen. Agus ní a bhéin rud in na ceannach tuairt faoi cholín agus d'éirigh leis sin dhéanamh na fórnar có scór.
Bei Cork sásta leis an trí cholín ní chéile tá amsíach ab sin. Can't British Shees agus é fáte ag Din Brazan the Horkarish, Brazan Reggie Lehan, will cool in Ella Chachta Lehan, the Omega, Tasha Chatmach, no, by Zimor, Lisha, Porrick Mahoney, Chancy Porrick Mahoney or Coolin, not by Zimor or Forrick Lishan. To go now, Vach 3 Coolin, Porrick Mahoney of Nilach Canamon for Tigga Gudisha.
They're going to need more on Deshin and more Corby.
Kaiben's gear talks to Chakins and Austin Gleeson to go to Chakir Shell she fought Stephen Bennett Stephen Bennett on Congo Contavline Stephen Bennett a runner is broke Jimmer Shagama a chat to Chakatsa Pashagimmer Sman Joris
Tagged out cool fight Ega Grahar Shin a Shin Coolin and Sco fight like Stephen and Wahin Shin was near a brother behaska when Johnson Deer
Kitchener's Vichy their bullet or Vichy their cart to Stephen and passive to Comage he Colin Dunford Douglas Porrick Mahoney Shassel O'Hain Chuma tá sé fáte sé Lorca McLaughlin on Congo Contavline tá sé tortfi score tá sé bulsa aige ach tá sé bulsa har a trasán agus beidir go bheith Stephen O'Keefe pat bachúsla sin.
Tegan dó bhí scoil go leir beidir a chanig sé amach chuige Lorcan McLaughlin agus ní raibh Lorcan chun
Málacht an trochtra tá sé seo hartar ceirvéidir cúvéidir tih mo til lína carcha cúigacha an ghuiach láidir tá sé bulsa aige agus tá sí chur a trasán ní Stephen O'Keefe an aní chunal Coolin bra ag Anthony Nash.
gach score top a cool.
So Conor Lehan is díreacht hir galína seaca chuí héin. Sin bulta aige ach sílim tá sí bulta go deasa Conor Lehan hí me go siar clé. Tá gan lína seaca chuí tá sí bulta aige ní dul go sin sprocta sí méile chúil agus tá punch den lína an sin. Agus botón denta an Thompson. Stephen MacDonald, Hortera, the tall, when Banana Shinekal Risha Tamil, he wrote more on Rosing of Shinok or Hitchy Stock. Dara Lines again, Rochelle of all, she fought Harnady, Carrot Trust to Ty Jaburka, then just showed. Immer Twag Tig and Chenishak Tig, Slocka, Guybrook Cruachin, so the Austin Gleeson, Austin Abolish and Harvish Skippy, and Ria Brett or Shinnox Kinsapat, thought Chunker and me or Horsey and Job.
Oh, good out, taking off Gleeson off to Kilmer Shinnock or Haran Drastan. And the very glitch in the end of about the
She Project Harnedy, the counter to George Shantic Harnedy, goal, who cut her to get there, and cuts it to Chinnach, Tashi Ega reached, Harnedy cuts a heart to Cancha Haragolan, August Nice, Tauti the Corka, Harat Traston, but Fedel Corka Pat Lure the Khashoggi Harnedy, Chinach action.
I got out the Takoma Anna Yan Sheraka, father, Coffamid Anna Credo the Horton, the Connors and Sunday English, who call a horror or a gate or chase. I could land Harnedy, lesson here of the Chin.
Shane Agira, catch on Trust and the Park, Reach Brian of Yori, Morris, the Cursos, lack of the fighting Morris, on Emerson Farrell Lazar, Morris took a Contalo, now is on Emerson.
Hard and just a Saturna that.
And Porrick, Quail Zero, Haran spotted up more just. August Reagan, Colin Dunford, the Janagamahi for Mach. For Ryan and Kevin Moore, and Sean Shansonish, Austin Gleeson, the Austin Morty, Austin Abola, August is Brawlish and Slow and Shaw, score Echo Austin Gleeson.
Tagging out, well, taking out, Imrar, Fear, Inspired, Rinamore, and Gomach and Count Shin, Crohudo, August near a band, Redeska, Fingon, Son of Hirid, near the Commander and Dave Lena, August Horks Shin on the Solast, the Lookland for Clarga.
Eric Hockton is Jeharish, Shane 5 the Chach Trasna, we're talking Shane Hutchin Fogan Church at Turnier. August Todd Bullisier, Uchin Chop. August Buchak go to Cancha Hard Traston, August Dr. Shashin. 3 Holy Natsarish, August Shashin Gentega. Mini Katal Colin and Jacob Arden Martian. Kevin Moore and Chenach Hitchag, Nomad Contract 6. Shilla Potarash, Corkarish, Carsten Chonish, Mark Coleman. Coleman is going to go Hutchins, Spots of Crohodo Hain, Coleman and Torfin score. Tashishin Bulls go hauling at Coleman. The raw Julian score to Farv Lauren the Rivenio and it's top 3 keen.
Shin score on Maher Father Fad. There goes Smack took a hand topic. Coic Harris Dara Lyons Eska Galore and Shin Agus Kroga Galore Contour Twin score. Agus Cream Galore.
Bill Cooper block also go Mahi Kevin Moran. But managed to Porrick Mahoney, Porrick across the heart and Porrick Fibru. Sugars Dara Lyons. In love on each league Dara Dennis Gama Cooper came fucking Gama. Something Waganish. Agus Christogan Gamay, Alan Cadigan a fog on the Pork of Galua, Agus Gamay, one of the chaps that shot on the arch of Fanham Nimmers. Demin Galanta she fought Shane Bennett a kick all Shane or Cur or Heathen Love is a book of Machanish. Park is in British history Michael Walsh and Tom Shop. Luke Mead, Denagamal, Shell of all, Bleed, Girdol, a Roher, Chen, Talk came, Talk Mead, a pass all in his jack. I saw Spass and Jonas, Bill Cooper, Frio Colleen, she put to Ordy Bill Cooper, she put to Harrod Traston, in scores and Talk Gama, Nero Ain, Hustlers, Port Loriga, Iron.
Shagas Kaffa Midana, Vola, or Quiga Luke Mead, Mead, Anna Ganoho, who's the Himmer and Shaw. Agus rinne Shagamahan Shin Conan, Countess Farah, all their Verta as Cork and Shin, Agus Desha Crohu.
That's right, you know, Shay Colleen, need Druch Arspore.
Need Druch Arspore, need.
Agus Tasha Zenta Egge.
That's us.
Punishing Harnedy. Harnedy Jactas Toshi Egg Harnedy, Tasha Galo, Barry Coughlin. Immer Twig Harnedy, I call Sugarty, Bill Cooper, will Bill, on Torch with score, Ella, Cancha Bulch, each leg, Luke Mead, a Chapin and Luke is marked to fourth talking to Rash, Luke or Dara Earth, a Taslova, a Rash, Shahan Earth and Chinnish, Shane Kingston, in Morgan, Shane Kingston, Feck, again, Mack and one is Nora, a cooling, bro, egg shoot.
Shin cooling, Anwa, her father, and Shin, Agus a Rish, Luke Mead, Larnox, a piece of him or his Shin, Agus a session, a Halarig and Tass, Quigga Kingston, done, Willa Fween Cool, Agus be Kingston, go back. Kenach will more on Fecka going to Kingston.
Get out in front.
Michael Cahalan, Yart, Michael Cahalan as well Colin, Michael Cahalan, Talk Colin, Michael Cahalan, August Bruce Madent, Cork, Darla Hantro.
Yeah, nor a Hanish, Quigga Bibagan in Spash, either a fan, Agus on Cossentor and Shin Shan Fives, Agus Bacarta Shan of Ennis Congery, do better.
No, August
Correct, yeah.
Rovinnik Vahagaroshin, Fleet Shoot
6,629.
Sheville, Sheched, a top and chop. Glitzamach, Slubro, he's moved on more Visulish, Porriglish and Mulisir, boys go hauling again. Pedro knows that just Thomas. He'll hang on to a dread nor a slot. Or the Orloch. Tashi Shin, Bolter Jester each leg.
Anna Green.
Tasha Hamas at top.
Ach, vi deshaun Kerkelor, vi se fad galore on cool, vi en gwe kaurulesh.
Lorcan McLaughlin, Chendacha. Lorcan Butchigzi, Orly Hinchenig Morris. Morris are going to row her nish. He's tall, row Egget, to Morris, Kasha Green, Euro, come on. Kasha Shinjintiga, Tashi Kure, Egga Hara Traston.
Vi Morris eg fanak le desh marshin le Tamil. Agus rinne Shega Mavi, she Young Valta galore, Lider galore, and Dollar Roher marshin. Agus Tortway score. Nish Ganak, Koi Colleen Atera.
Agus in Slew, Dusha Hinchonish, Derivator. Kevin Moran and Chennagus, Need on Gator, Canarukta, Ports Egg Moran, Agus Taring Share a Chen, Pulisier Ella and Chennagus. So then can't touch Shoni's food the Maharish, Pat.
Nis food the force.
Tif here Galina Shaska Kui Hain. Toshi don't talk father, Toshi Green, Leiden is Kahar.
Ni en chip in diffricht the Philip Mahoney, the Fardic Mahoney McCarthy Moran, nor the being shake Togan the Sarah machine. Three Colleen Scoralta as a kid in the Shake Fardic Mahoney just a Darnella, Donna Caracolleen other the Forna.
Caracolleen at was Port Loriga Better, Fausto Johnish, Darlines, Shell of Caltic Darlines, as she fought finish. Stachar non reaches and Cantron Butches, which is in Hara Traston, Toshi Hara Traston, August of a with Dean Brosnan at that session.
Brosnan of four and Gownson, Visha, Topic galore, Comad, Lanach Lesha, Rehiction, August Forsha Colin, all in Egdera.
And reached Toshi Kuraya Kahalan, we could became better Toka and Chen, Egg Luke Mead, after Luke Mead, Toshi Hara Traston, August Colin Tilting Luke Mead, Patton
Tana Hidabra Gente, Egg Mead and Shin, August Rinham, Michael Cahalan, Anwar Fad, Conbreher and Schlitter Sinner and Gaedol Shiz, August Croix Shendesh, Hookshep Pass, Topic, Toishta, Amach, Quigga Luke Mead, August Rinham, Luke Mead, and Quidelida.
Stephen Bennett on British East O'Hain and Chen, she fought to turn Jenny Morris. Morris the gear to go shot her Tivanish, toss off with Rogue, Curtin John past Shear, G. Stephen Bennett, Bennett and Brannock, Begin, Cancer Mullet, Trust, and Skipway. August cuts into what, Gente, a Cork attack the Maharish. Bill Cooper, Fonatlish and Bass and Chop. August in Toshi fought Egg Cooper. And again, you're Immers Wahavi and Chinning Dean Brosnan of Druchan and Shahi Cooper, Vinyard Tamega, Watch Rashi Shane Fives and Rashid G, Stephen O'Keefe, and my Duracon or Della Chacht O'Keefe, Thaw. So she puts a Kevin Morning here to Eo Ordo and Chinnach Reached on Drumclip, while he is fire. So Francis with Immer Tucker on Talo and Thaw. Morris Shanahan. Oh, this is so Pork Mahoney Lishan Bully Sear Shop. Cora Hard Trust on again. The Dunford with the tweet in your shadow Pork and Urchin near I will the Mago really in your Happy Raw. The Venus just in the Murtanahan. Conchella Fotcharash Cork. Cancer Cora Trust at Shane Kingston. Hardy Coughlin the top of Martha. She fought at Johan Israel. Shantig Luke Mead. Or Cole. Come on, Cat said he had a 10 different on Cole score and say Luke Mead. August Haharo Pat. He could throw a shot. Good job, Brandon Gomado Horka.
Touch a Brandon Gomado. But Fecker Summer piece of skill or Luke Mead. And just Lee or Eric Glish and Slitter Shin a Smackdo. August Bisha all in her father fad. August near the Ben with the Dana Bigaham Chin a high in the hang.
Fidzi Hole. Sean Chancellor Porrick Mahoney, who was Porrick Hard Trust on.
Shafter Cowan Shin, the Porrick Mahana, at Maradona, Tanig Noel, Connors and Shafrin, Sheliver, and Slitterer and Talif, the Hurling Collison.
Conor Lehan, Glockashilla, Funrul, and run to this version, Pat.
Dragon Ocean and Kent Cowan and Tuscaralta, Edgar Connor Shin, Stephen McDonald, a 4 Carta Bui, 1 Retor. Copeland Noma to him, the bar of Corkisha, a Hooksha, Quick and Morris, Shanahan and Shin. Ach, Okuli, neither no foreigner, Nilak, Shock no me there, no Shin Fanta. Adachiday.
Don't watch the party because there is this pucks here, but that so for Jason, Trina Carroll pucks here, or though he was talking Shin.
I got out, they end out free after Morris. Morris, so let me again, Arishinson. Ach, they lend out to Will Frosticus Better, Coraston, this Mona and Rodella. A Kai Portlardic, Corsia, Oscar to Macnis, Mehan and Nambrata, Yen, because the Darnella. Tashi, the current slitter is Jack, sort more dear, Consin, like a Neil Check, I Bromacher, Cordobe. Didn't check aboard the Consultori Corky Captain.
Dean Brosnan, the Hias and Chen and Rehoma, first Corker. No, Jay took Morris of a dribbled and shot pad.
Red the red and. Ní fada ó fórse carta buíonn sin agus sin é imethe.
No, ar corta darag ar tortas bonte go no can buí eile.
No, ní acha mar é a fáil an dara carta buí ach gach chance go bhéon dara.
Tá dara leis ar chuma. No, níl mar sástan sin.
Carta darag díreach an sin.
Ar tort.
Fin siúsáid as an gomán an son.
Agus an uas ar górta Pat, fu sé tína ceir bhile an sin áleid chorcha. So, Portlardigan is bhil tá slíomh idir iad agus tá. Éonrad deir fochan chop mar go bhfuil siad. Go mór chun deire agus fear samreis ag Corca an chop.
Every day.
Shane, Jetta Christopher, Daniel gun Fodgin Raw agus Ireland's call Hannah. Tasha Tortwi scored, Tashi Bulta Ord, at Christopher Joyce, Tashi Bulta Hara Trust on a Christopher Joyce. Visha Shin Roy is capacity. You know, English Portlardigan.
No. Agus fi Cosantor Lugo Brescia Corca and Shin on the school Morris Imahead and Park. Agus Crichton and TSM or Shin Ledesha Christopher Joyce. Can one score Alte, again Lack Holy or Clay Mark Coleman to get that Sudarnala.
This is it. Shahagan Orishanish on Africa on Achtrashin as that's Shin, as Bono and Cork Derek or towards the Morris Shanahan. Team or Morris on chop, Nihin Mar Visha Gira, a Head Cliffa, the Hovid is a shock tug, a Hotse shot. She fought Egg Darren Lines, a Shinton Shell of Kochigas, or she fought Rash. Cork tried to reach Lehan, Cork Gairo Harva Crew, Lehan on board Harra Traston. Corushin Sploder or Lochlanta, obviously one is still Cork.
Come on, Yegrish, her father, Rory Corky, Kahinchara, August, Derry Glow, and Glan August, Derry Glow, and Glanamacha, Aglachal, and Osar Dos, August, Shin, Brinham, Luke Mead, Gohanwa, on Breher and Schlitter, August, Crohic Session, and Deshin, Quigge, Connor Lehan, a Crick Miguel, the Coolin.
Forest Park, yeah, goal in a Cork and Shaw. Tom Devine is Chachtanish, Tom McGimmock on goal. Is that Neil Mark Lua Chacht and Cavalry Chacht and Corolish. On Sheriff Hoth, I got to share Dera. Lee Patrick Curran, Patrick a Tortfin scores, as she shin Baltic Patrick, as she shin Nice Fair, up for Clary Gachbay, Wad there in Nice Mood, shin Testral.
Shagan out, Ibad Nice Mon, Shin Chastal Mardor to Kerkalor. Ach, in Igakele, Hogton, the Cashland, Kerkalor, Acta, 3 Colid in the Borne.
Bhí mar agra slíomh idir iad agus torra inis ag trá seo Everest idir iad agus inrod ó deir fo gomáint as a glyfa seo agus slítar Cork a gimmert Carrá which tiltte go homlan ach Kingston dal trás ó tá Kingston tá Shannon Huskins imi ar sin Kingston a trend agus bei deir le siúd ceapan Can or butcher stop Barry Cockton agus Harnedy tá si brisi sios tá de borca tak trasta Paigan Passaroig de Conor Gleeson Conor Gleeson she's going to Patrick Curran reach the leader of the order so he's Neil Lane with the chalk dust
Neil chalk dust or Corbe agus Bert Concentori Harter Curran near up chance to get
Bill Cooper agus reached it took Bill rower of the end of Trasig Harnedy Nish Harnedy was Coughlin and Bochans and Roshan agus Dar lines attack Trasig and Adolf Shades Barry Kelly and Chop Pucks here Machavesan Tommy Ryan agus Brian O'Halloran tuchastach agus titchin Tommy a chin and drumchle cóúil seo Barca Vrana a chuirstachar Oregon and sin isteach a dró Lehan tá Lehan tiviste tá sé sémocht ó Barry Coughlin chanting Lehan a chin a pass tras a chuirstach sin an ear pulsa Harra tras on a chin as a sin Patrick Horgan
Sin Horgan a hanig isteach an sin cúpla námata hin ach for se beidir gan in sin a scéal féin
Dar lines a tachtanish with pulling Dar lines in cancer the shach and also Stephen Bennett Stephen O'Brish she's Patrick Cornish Dehan Patrick O'Dara era Tosh everyone past Lava Corrego clicking against Tommy Ryan I saw what to come on chin against national v Tommy Ryan and won the mark on goal and chin Just Mahachinish Christopher Joyce Trasig G Cooper Trish Schlitter all the shot agus Sposig reached ele Tiger Borka Trasig didn't go high Tiger Jen was foul didn't she was Harradair Agus an réitir tá ráis tá Corta Buí points against Seamus Harnedy sin an dara Corta Buí the Harnedy agus Corca iad héanais ar
McLaughlin Ronori
Port Loriga Torric is in Canchin Patrick Horgan tá Colleen one scores aige tá si fós aige golóir céim in tócaigh Horgan and Thompson agus stopir deire bhí túr tastáil Kevin Moore ná glanamach British she's and Fogra in Mimachan Chin Fin Brush Fin Coach of Gorty Vicar to Bra. Give it the vest on. Hold on, knock by an Erichan on. 3 nomad Coach of Gorty vest on. And Gleeson, Alcororai, Brian O'Halloran Gary's Mock to Correga Fond Talon, with Patrick Curran. With Patrick Curran, Cancer Cor Harder Trust on, yeah, Chin Harder Trust on. Cork Cui Bagdini's Farrah Clorda scores in a maid.
Welfare player Curran Tasha Tres Gach Colleen a score Alohanik says Jack agus Neil she an Barca better than no made the Marcin for some passing shin agus Becker shin near the vein Rowe get a court point score agus finish shin
and 13
We're very flat, we're very flat and I think just very disappointing in front of our home crowd, I suppose. 2 home matches we had now, we've been comprehensively beaten in both of them. So, yeah, hard to put your finger on at this stage. Cold analysis will probably come tonight and tomorrow. But, yeah, look, all roads lead to Ennis now,
Well, I think after the last 2 league games, it was important because having lost both league games against Dublin and Kilkenny, we felt coming down here was always going to be a difficult task. But psychologically it's good to win, but most importantly it gives us 2 points. Doesn't guarantee us anything in terms of the league, but it gives us 2 points. It puts we're in a better place than we were this morning.
Well, that does, and a very important win for Cork as well, that one. It makes life very interesting in Division 1A. I suspect, Shawnee, your lads went home very happy from Waterford this afternoon.
I'd imagine so, Michael. It was a good win. They were quite convincing in the end, showed a lot of skill. I think they'll be very happy to see the older players now step up. The last couple of weeks, it's been a lot about the younger lads.
Sure.
And I think today the older players stepped up. I think Kieran would have been delighted with that. And they played with a nice bit of skill and panache, and I think he'd have been delighted to get the 2 points. They're under a bit of pressure, they're working very hard, so it's 2 just points.
Yeah, and from the opposite side of it, Jackie, from a Waterford point of view, and Derek alluded to it there, if you lose 2 games at home you're not doing yourself any favours.
No, you're not, Michael, and you're making it hard for yourself. And as Derek alluded to there, they were flat, and they were flat all over the field today. And you don't associate that with Waterford generally. They're normally very industrious, high work rate, you know, use the ball well, but that wasn't evident today. So I don't know if they trained hard during the week. It's hard to know when you're on the outside, but it was very un-Waterford-like today, and, you know, they'll be disappointed, and they have a big game coming up now in 2 weeks' time.
They do, but I suppose always in situations like that, lads, it's about the opposition as well. It's not just about yourself. Sometimes you're flat because you got bet, and you were impressed with Cork's work rate today.
Yeah, I was, and control the controllables. And from the Cork point of view, I thought they packed to their fence, their forwards, which was the big difference against Kilkenny last week, their work rate. Look here, Seamus Tarmody putting pressure on, Tyke de Burke coming out, Shane Kingston in with a big hit, knocks him over, and that was the work rate. That was setting the tone and the agenda from the Cork forwards. They lose it again, but the good thing here is, again, they fight it out again, and Noel Connors comes out with the ball, Luke Meade putting good pressure on, forcing the error out over the sideline, Cork ball, and they turn him over again. And that was evident all the way. If you look here, if you pause it here, it's 6 versus 2 in the defence. You can see it there. So Cork were really hungry. They were working very hard. They turned the ball over here, and they're on the attack again. And this for me was the big difference. Look here, Shane Kingston getting the head up, spots the space. But look, Luke Meade has his hand up, makes the hard run in, the ball breaks, and a beautiful pick-up. That is, like, that's great skill. Brings it right in and finishes it off. And Luke Meade had a really, really great game, scored 1-1, set Bill Cooper up for 2 points, was man of the match, and he was a big, big boost for Cork today.
Oh, he was, there's no doubt about that. We saw 2 red cards, Johnny, during the course of that game, a straight red from Maurice Shanahan. Yeah. What did you make of that?
Look, it was a bit innocuous, but I think there was intent there. But I mean, Maurice Shanahan is a talisman for Waterford. We mentioned earlier about the leaders in the Kilkenny team. Like in the first half they struggled, they only got 1-4 in that first half. But Maurice was brave, he was putting a hand up, he was making the hard yards, he was winning the frees. And I suppose it's frustrating considering what happened after. Great score here now off his left, close to being hooked. This point that he won here was just after Cork had gotten the goal. So your reaction, you always want your team to react after you go behind. And it was Maurice that was leading the charge. And in fairness to him, he ran at the Cork defence at every opportunity. And like, he's an experienced player. This happens right in front of Barry Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he was stuck in the corner and he wasn't as close, but the line of vision was so clear. I think it's more intent than damage. You know, he caught Dean Brosnan. I don't think he did any serious damage to Dean. I think he was frustrated. He probably had to go, Jackie, because of the fact that the intent was there. But you could see him remonstrating inside the double. He was so frustrated. And I think that typified the whole Waterford performance, a frustrating performance.
Yeah. All right, that's the way that one worked out. And in fact, we have another break coming up here on